Today is August 23rd, 2023. My name is Melissa Ackerman, and I will be interviewing Artie Allen as part of our JCC Past Presidents and Key Staff project. Hey, Artie, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for the opportunity.
Artie, how did you come to be a part of the Dallas Jewish Community Center?
I'm a Jewish communal professional, so I've worked in Jewish communities all across the country, and there was an opportunity to come here to work as the assistant director for this organization, and I was looking for a larger center to work in because I was working as the CEO of the JCC in Youngstown, Ohio. So I was looking for a larger opportunity, and so I saw the Dallas opportunity, and I said, wow, that's a big center, it's a big opportunity, and it's a big place to be able to learn a lot and grow, as far as my skills were concerned. And also, the fact of the matter is that I have 4 boys, and for them to have the opportunity to be in a really vibrant Jewish community, that was something that I was interested in. So I applied for the position, and Jay Jacobs was the CEO at the time, and I got the opportunity to be the assistant director. And so that's how it all began in 2003.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Montgomery, Alabama, believe it or not. A very small Jewish community, no JCC, so I didn't have experience with a JCC when I was growing up. We did have a Jewish country club, and so that was kind of our JCC. I had the opportunity to work. I was getting my master's in social work at the University of Alabama, and I saw an opportunity to do an internship at the JCC in Birmingham. I was like, this guy who's probably the only Jewish guy in the whole school gets the opportunity to see this in the hallway at the School of Social Work and says, I'm like, there's some Bashert there for some reason. I need to do this. So I became an intern, and I did my internship over at the Birmingham Jewish Community Center. And from there, I really fell in love with JCCs and the opportunity to do something for the Jewish community.
Birmingham has a nice Jewish community.
It does.
I have family there. Yeah, so it's very nice. So what year was it that you came to Dallas?
I came in 2003. It was, I believe, in November of 2003.
And who was the president when you first came down? Do you remember?
The president was Stuart Prescott.
Okay. When you first came down as an assistant?
First came down, the president was Stuart Prescott.
Okay, and so who were some of the active members of the community?
You had Stuart Prescott, you had Jack Baum, you had Dan Prescott, you had Alan Shore, you had Lori Ordaway, Ruthie Shore was very, very active. You had Alyssa Goodman, who was involved. Those are pretty much the people that I can recall that were involved. It was a very, very vibrant group of people, very, very passionate about what the JCC does.
Mm-hmm. And so who were some of the other staff members that you worked with?
I worked with Laura Myers, who was in the sports and fitness area. Of course, Laura Seymour, who everybody's worked with. I worked with, I'm trying to think of the other people I worked with. It's been a long time, so I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that I specifically worked with. Well, I also worked with Elaine Quint Schrager, of blessed memory. Roberta Schaffner was a marketing person, and I worked with just a variety of people here at the J.
And what is your title now?
I'm the CEO.
And is that how you started? When did that change over from anything over to CEO, or has it always been CEO?
No, I was assistant director.
Uh-huh.
And then,
so it was director.
So
the head person was the director, and then it moved to CEO.
That's correct. It was, yes.
Okay.
So it was, obviously it was JCC director. Then it was president at one point. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, with all the different changes as far as nonprofit nomenclature, it changed to more corporate of a CEO of an organization. Mm-hmm. I think the thing that's interesting is how I became the CEO, and that is I was the Maccabi Games director.
Tell me about the Maccabi Games.
2005. Probably the best experience of my life. Galvanizing a community that needed to be galvanized, working with Kenny and working with Kenny Goldberg and Yannette Hogue was just a highlight of my career. 2 amazing lay leaders, just incredible people, get it done kind of people, And to be able to work with those people was probably, like I said, probably the most important and joyful opportunity that I could have possibly experienced. So for 2 years, we worked on the games. You know, we were in financial trouble during that time period. And so the games was really a part of trying to help us bring us out of the financial turmoil that we were having, along with building the sports and fitness complex, and that was happening at that time. And so the JCC was opening up a new sports and fitness complex with an auditorium, and then going to be doing the games. And this was all culminating to try to help us revitalize and bring the JCC out of some of the problems that it was having. And the reality is that everything lined up perfectly. It was really one of the best set of games that it could have possibly been, and the community was galvanized. And I think it was the beginning of the opportunity for us to be able to bring ourselves back to saying, you know, we're the central address of the Jewish community. So let us be a part of your lives. And the vision that we had was engaging the entire Jewish community, and the mission statement was inclusivity and welcoming people to the community and state-of-the-art facilities. And so all of those things were coming together at that point, and it was getting us out of that storm, and we could just see this rainbow ahead of us, you know. And so it really turned into being something that really, it was months and months and months of people feeling good about the games.
And have the games come back to Dallas since that time?
The games came back in 2015, and once again, a real galvanizing opportunity for the community. This community loves the Maccabi games. This community has the ability to do something that most communities don't have the ability to do, which is to find volunteers and hosts that want to host these kids. Other places have had significant problems. We just don't seem to have that problem here. People are so welcoming and want to open up their homes to people, to these athletes and these Jewish children, teens, and they'd hate for me to call them children, Jewish teens from all over the world and all over the country. And so this community's never had a problem of actually being that kind of welcoming, and I think that's one of the things that's really nice about Dallas.
Great. What was the relationship between the J and Federation over these years?
You know, I think back in the beginning of my career here, it was a little tense because the truth is the JCC was struggling, and the Federation was really trying to help us come out of it. I think the tension was good tension, that kind of good stress that we were all working together to try to make sure that we had a plan moving forward to try to help the agency come out of this financial, I guess what we would call our financial depression.
What do you think caused the depression? Was it any one thing?
I think the fact that we had Glencliff, that, the satellite center, I think that it didn't take off the way that we would have liked for it to take off, and it was something that was losing significant dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I think that also we had an old building, mm-hmm. and the building didn't have a fitness facility like it has today, and that was one of the crown jewels of the agency that we didn't have. So we had several legs of a three-legged stool that you talk about for organizations like this, and that's camp and early childhood, and fitness is the third one. We didn't have the fitness center the way that we needed to have it. So you can't stand on two legs if you're only three-legged stools. So the reality is that at this point, what we did was we put it in this fitness center, and of course that's really saved us too. Mm-hmm. So I think that that really was an issue for us not having that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you remember it was in the dungeon here for and that's what they called it. That's what they still call it. And, people, there were no windows, and people just didn't like the fact that it was down there. It just wasn't very presentable, and we were losing a lot of membership during that time. So, membership drives this organization. And so losing membership based on the fact that people joined the J, primarily they joined the J for sports and fitness. That's where we...
That's what you feel drives it now? Is, what percentage do you think is Jewish at this point?
I would say that for the overall agency, I would say 60 to 65%. Mm-hmm.
Is that a change over the years?
Yes, my understanding is, now I wasn't here, but
mm-hmm.
my understanding is that it was at one point 100% Jewish in this, mm-hmm. this agency. I think that what you're finding is that you're finding that we're one of the only organizations in the community that welcomes the entire community, a Jewish agency that welcomes the entire community. JFS does, but we also are one of the few organizations that has the most diverse Jewish population coming to it. So it puts us in a position to where we're able to let people know who we are, what we do, how we do it, and that we're all in this together. At the same time, it allows us to have such a diverse group of Jewish people coming together that we all get to understand one another, our likes, our differences, and we get to be joyful together. To me, joy is what we really need to have at the JCC. So joy is the value that I really like at the J.
Mm-hmm. And who were the prominent supporters of the J?
Who were or are?
Both.
We have, again, the Aarons are the obviously huge supporters of the J. They're people that they're obviously pillars of the community. They are very, very prominent supporters of our organization. We have people that support the J that are, we have the Stanleys, we have the Baums, we have the Prescotts, we have the Cohens, we have a lot of really wonderful supporters, but I would tell you that the most critical support that we have is the Aaron family.
Have you had any conflicts between different factions in the Jewish community about their abilities to have functions here, or if there are any restrictions or just challenges in general?
I think that the the Orthodox community would like to be more involved here, and I think it's a challenge for them to be involved as much as they'd like to be. I'll give you an example. It's hard to have separate swimming at the JCC. Plus, you have windows that overlook the pool. So it's really hard. Those are the kinds of things that I feel sad about. I want them to be able to be here, and I want the entire community. This is what this is all about. We want to bring everybody into the J. So I would say to you that those kinds of things, those kinds of separate programs are very challenging for us to be able to do. I'd like to be able to do them. I'd like to figure it out. But so far we've struggled with that.
That is a challenge. You want to tell us some of the new exciting things that are opening up and planned in the next few years?
Sure. We are on a capital campaign trying to raise money to do a lot of things on this campus, and we're just opening up a brand new destination pool, and that pool was about a $6 million pool. That pool has lap lanes for swimmers, water slides, splash pad, recreation pool, a teaching pool. It's going to have cabanas. They're not installed yet, but it's going to have cabanas and an audio system out there as well, a snack shack as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful facility, and so far, it's only been open for a couple of weeks. So far, we've heard nothing but really fabulous response to that. Obviously, the Heyman family was very, very, involved, and they've named the facility. Okay. So they're also another pillar in the community as far as a donor is concerned. We have the Oxteins that have named the lap pool. We have the Whitmans that have named the splash pad. So we have, and the Pack family that named one of the features on the play structure that we have. We have, a lot of wonderful people that have helped us make sure that happened. The next thing is renovating and remodeling locker rooms and the fitness center. And we're looking at that as something that's really a business proposition. We want people to be able to come in here and have really, really nice locker rooms and a really nice fitness facility. It drives membership, as I said, so that's going to be the next thing we do.
It's a total overhaul?
Total overhaul. The fitness center was built in 2005, that area, so it doesn't have to be completely overhauled, but the locker rooms do. The locker rooms are old and need to be addressed. But the fitness center is still really nice, and people really like it, and we have really wonderful equipment there. So, but we're upgrading that area as well, the bathrooms, and doing some things with the track, and doing some things with some new equipment as well. But the locker rooms are completely going to be gutted and going to be we're starting over there.
That's the next project?
That's the next project.
And anything after that?
We hope to be able to do work up in this area with the Zale and with all of the meeting rooms in the common area. So we hope to be able to do that. And the hope also is a tennis facility. We hope to be able to build an indoor tennis facility. Yes.
Which is needed in this part of the country.
Yeah, so we're going to do that as well.
That's very exciting. How has the J changed over the years? Other than just the facility, have you felt any kind of change?
Well, for me, the J's changed with the level of energy that we have in the J, and the level of I would say really strong professionals. We have people that have grown up at the J that are now assistant directors. Tara's an assistant director of this organization. She's grown up here. She knows what this agency does, and she knows how to make sure that things are done the right way. We have Daniel Taylor, who basically grew up here too through aquatics, and is now an assistant director as well. And of course, Laura being here, obviously, what I would say is that the level of sophistication of what we do has changed tremendously. We are an organization that wants to exceed expectations with everything we do. So when we do a B event, we really want to.
What is a B event?
The B event is our annual fundraiser. So when we do that, when we do a golf tournament, the Maxine Earl Wallman Memorial Golf Tournament, we want to make sure it's done top notch. So there's none of this anymore that you just come to the J and the J's programs are going to be average and we're going to have a good time. No. We're very organized, very steeped in making sure that we have a strong curriculum in the early childhood program, that we are teaching children so that they're prepared and that they're ahead of the curve when they go off to kindergarten. So we have serious metrics and serious goals that we deal with at this agency. That's different.
Do you have an active board?
We have a very active board, and they're all involved in various things, and they all have to be involved in committees. So they have to select a committee that they would be involved in. So it can be governance, it could be development, it could be marketing, membership, it can be any of those types of finance. Along with all of the other program areas. So they can be involved in camp, they can be involved in early childhood, they can be involved in sports and fitness, they can be involved in cultural programs, the book fest, the film fest. They can be involved in all of those things, and they are very active and very involved. As a matter of fact, several of them are very involved in the design of the pool.
Who is the current president?
The current president, that's a great question. Off the top of my head, David Friedman.
And who are some of the up-and-coming leaders that are involved?
We have Neil Beckerman, who's involved. We have Lauren Savriego, who's their executive committee. Matt Prescott. We have, Amy Schachter. We have Todd Shannon. I'm trying to think. I don't want to miss anybody. Oh, Sissy Zoller. So they're all very active and involved with the JCC. So and David, obviously is an excellent chair. Jolie Newman, of course, was a fantastic chair as well. So she's the immediate past chair. And together, this group really works very hard and very well together. Yes.
That's great. Did your kids become involved over the years here?
My son Adrian still plays basketball here on the weekends, so he plays in the leagues on Sunday. Nace is my oldest, and he comes here and works out some. The other two they don't live here, but obviously they were very active when they were younger. But my son Ellie is the membership director at the Austin JCC.
Oh, isn't that
so it's very nice to have him doing that. And Lee's in New York, and he obviously he's active in the Jewish community there.
Terrific. How did you all cope with COVID? It was such a challenging time, and you all had a lot of challenges to face.
I think the thing that I'll say, the group of professionals that we have here have a tremendous amount of ingenuity, and they pivoted very, very quickly, immediately, to doing virtual programs, virtual opportunities, to virtual programs. Of course, we had a meal program too. We had a frozen meal program that we had a drive-through program for, and we served 60,000 meals.
Who do you serve meals to?
Seniors. So we served 60,000 meals to seniors that were just driving through. I'll tell you what was even more ingenious was we had entertainment out in the parking lot.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we had people coming in and playing the guitar and accordion and you name it. We had all kinds of entertainment going on. So the JCC pivoted the best that it could. There's nothing like having people in the building at this agency. We don't have the ability like other organizations do to work remotely. We're not a good remote organization. So so we don't really have that many virtual programs going on anymore. We do have some, but not very many because we want people here. Because the beauty of it is bringing community together.
Did you lose a lot of members during that period when people couldn't come out and do things?
We lost a lot of members. We lost a lot of members and we froze a lot of memberships.
Mm-hmm.
But we're back. We are back.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are.
Yeah, those were crazy times. You haven't talked much about the seniors here and what they do. What services do they get from the center?
So it's funny I haven't talked much about it because they're probably about one of my favorite groups. And it's almost like, if we didn't have them here, we would be a void of a lot of things that were happening at the JCC because it's so nice to see them fill the lobby and fill the JCC every day. We provide them with meals every day, lunch every day, Monday through Friday. So it's a nutrition, socialization, and transportation program. So the program has the opportunity for us to be able to make sure that through the Dallas Area Agency on Aging, which supports the program, helps fund the program, that we provide a nutritional meal each day for the seniors, and that we have the ability for them to have social opportunities, lectures, and different types of classes that we offer here at the J, as well as exercise programs. So you can see on any given day 50 or 60 of them doing chair exercise, in the Zale, and some of them are over in the fitness center doing their exercise there. And the transportation program, we have several buses that we pick up seniors and bring them to the JCC to have their lunch here and to be a part of it. It's a $44 membership, so it's not, and of course, if someone can't afford it, we certainly would take care of that as well. And plus, you don't have to pay anything if you want to come to lunch. So the lunch program is just, since it's subsidized, there's no fee for that. But this is a group of people that have their own board. They are a group that puts together a large senior expo, which is a resource fair for people that have that are children of seniors that need to have resources provided for them. It's a real important program for the seniors, and you can see them, and they're a joy to be here. They're a joy as well.
You feed them every day, every weekday?
Every weekday. And then we also provide frozen meals for the weekend, too.
Well, that's wonderful. So does that reach a lot of people that don't live in retirement communities that would otherwise be isolated?
Yeah, we don't see a lot of people from retirement communities coming here because they have their own programs and their own meal program as well. But we do have a lot of people that are still living in their homes or living in apartments that want to be able to be independent. And so this is a meal for them. And in many cases, it's the only real good, wholesome meal that they get the entire day. So it's a really very, very important program.
What are some of the other programs that I might not have touched on that you might want to talk about, Melton? I mean, any of the other things that meet here, the sports leagues? I mean, there's so many things going on here all the time.
Sure. Well, I will tell you that the Lenny Kraselberg Swim Academy is probably one of the ones that I would say is the most. We have hundreds of children learning to swim here. We didn't have that for long ago, so that's a change. We have hundreds of children learning to swim in that program. It's their 10th anniversary coming up for that program. So to me, teaching children to swim is critical for us. So I would say to you that that's a very important thing. The other is that I'll tell you that people don't know is that people come here just to sit and gather and talk. You know, so while I might not have a program created, I'll tell you there's five or six men that come here every day that come here and stay here for hours. They're in the fitness center, they come over to the cafe, they sit and talk, and they're with one another just, you know, enjoying each other's company. So to me, those informal types of things that are happening are as critical as the formal things that are happening. We have, you know, again, I think I told you about the Book Fest and the Film Fest. We have those. Those are, and the Film Festival has such a strong committee that vets these out and really sets this program up to be successful. And I'm telling you, you can't. Once they do that, these films are fabulous. So, I mean, to me, that's a very, very important piece of what we do. The other is that, you know, for us, we're a little more upscale in some things that we do. You know, when you come into the building, you have towel service, you have some amenities that are in the locker rooms. Those are things that separate us from other just general places because our community expects to have a little bit more than what other places have. So I think those are some of the things that separate us. But we have 60 group exercise classes, you know, a week. So, you know, we have that, something for everyone. We have an amazing yoga program here. Amazing yoga program. We have spinning. We have speed flex. We have all kinds of things that are going on. Tennis is an amazing program. It's an amazing community out there. There's hundreds of people playing tennis at the JCC. So to me, you don't see that at other JCCs. You really don't.
Really?
You'll see it in some, but not every JCC has that. This is a very special community when it comes to that. I mean, those tennis courts are filled. So
is pickleball coming along too?
You know what? I don't know. Pickleball is great. Pickleball is amazing. Fastest growing sport, you know, obviously. I tell you, we could probably fill if we had more pickleball courts. We have indoor courts and we have outdoor courts. So pickleball is huge right now. It's starting to grow. You know, it's growing all over the city, though. You know, it really is. It's an amazing program. There's just, you know, all kinds of things. The J on Wheels program, where we, you know, take the trailer out and our truck and our trailer, and we go to different places to try to find small areas in the community that have Jewish population that can't get to the J because, you know, or don't come to the J, or we take the J to them. We do a lot of that. We meet people at different places in town and do different programs. So that's something that we're very proud of too, and it's innovative. So we're really proud of that program.
You still have people that want more satellite places closer to where they live since Dallas is expanding so much?
Well, I'll say this. I want more opportunity for us to move to different areas, whether it's, you know, south or north, because it's not, people are moving everywhere.
Yes, they are.
You know, they're moving everywhere. So it's not just a northern migration, it's going all over. Mm-hmm. I just think that we have to figure out, because we would have to figure out where the best place for us to be able to do something. Now, I'm not suggesting that we would be putting in a new facility. Mm-hmm. What I'm suggesting is that maybe there's a place that wants camp up north. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's a place that wants early child. We can put in early childhood, you know, rent a place for early childhood. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm suggesting. And that's what the model's been in different places across the country, is creating satellite program areas and opportunities.
Are there any other experiences or stories you want to talk about while we're on this?
I think of experiences or stories. I just, like I said, I go back to the JCC Maccabi games, and that's just an amazing experience. And I know we've talked about it, but I still have a lot of really, you know, great feelings about that program, and think about how long ago it was. So I think that's a great experience. I also think that, so you'll know, when we had the tornado that hit, you know, yes, over here.
What year was that?
That was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The community came out and supported the JCC through the process of dealing with the things that we had to deal with.
What happened? What physically happened to the building?
We had roofing problems. We had roof issues. We had all our landscape gone. And let me tell you something. Jolie Newman has helped us bring back. You can see when you drive on the campus now. Mm-hmm. You can see that she's helped us bring back a lot of the landscaping. We had trees that were really gorgeous trees gone. And this whole corridor, we had that as well, and had to rebuild homes all over the area. We had a bee event. I'll tell you what, the bee event, our fundraiser, that I'll tell you, this is what makes me proud. Sheriff Israel opened their doors to us the week to allow us to have it. We're going to have it here. To allow us, we couldn't do it here. They opened their doors to us and let us have it that week at their place. That is what community is all about. That makes me proud. I really love that. And they were amazing. They moved heaven and earth to make it so that we could have it there. They were wonderful to deal with.
Anything else you'd like to add?
So I just wanted to say that one of the people that was most influential as far as the JCC is concerned in turning around the JCC was Jack Baum. Jack Baum was the chair that came in to really help the J during the time that I was still the assistant director. But Jack came in and truly helped turn the J around. And then, of course, I became the director, and Jack was someone who I worked with very, very closely to make sure that we did what he called right-sizing the organization. And he worked tirelessly. He deserves tremendous amount of credit for all the things that he did to make sure that the JCC is here today. He brought together a group of leaders from the community, David Veeder, Wendy Stanley, Alan Shore. He had Dan Prescott, all these people that were working together to make sure that this JCC was still here today. And he's really one of the reasons it's still here. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands that Jack Baum, he is the man. He did what he was supposed to do to help this agency. He helped turn this agency around, and we should all be indebted to him forever because he's an amazing, amazing guy who I cherish my relationship with him, and I thank him for everything that he did to make sure that the JCC is still here today. No, I just love the JCC. I love what I do. I love being here. I love building community. I love all the people, and I love the fact that your son's here. I love that. To me, that's amazing. And I love your son. You just need to know, and I'm putting that on here so you know I love him dearly.
And he has grown up at the center.
Yes, he
He's
has.
been here since he was 3.
To have that and to have this opportunity for me is everything. And of course, to have the high day have that's upstairs right now that we have here, it's a beautiful program, and I love it as well.
Thank you for all your support and all your hard work. And it's been a joy to talk to you and work with you over the years.
Thank you very much.